Happy birthday to the Marine Corps, which does turn 250 today. And in honor of all of our Marines and service members, we thank you for your service, for your heroism, for our great country, as we also remember those who've gone before us and those who still are in battle today. Veterans Day is tomorrow, and Mark Geist is a retired Marine and founder of the Shadow Warriors Project, which helps military contractors and their families. Mark does join us this morning with more on his story and why it's so important to restore a warrior-first military culture with America's armed forces. Good morning to you, sir. Thank you so much for joining us and for your service to our country.
Thank you very much.
You were in Benghazi and said that was more than just foreign policy gone wrong. You witnessed firsthand what happens when you have combat leadership who is more worried about optics, more worried about politics than courage to fight and win. Tell us what you experienced firsthand there.
You know, it's the problem that I think part of it is with technology. Too much information gets passed up to the politicians that are sitting in 1,000 miles away, or the leaders that are sitting 1,000 miles away, and they fail to listen to the people who have the best information and the most up-to-date information on the ground, and that's the warfighter. And we have to depend on them. We spend millions of dollars to train them, to feed them, to house them, to make them the best fighting force in the world. And then a lot of times leadership fails to listen to them when it matters the most.
Why do you think your calls for help were ignored in Benghazi?
You know, I think there's a lot of things that it could been related to, whether it's just the the delay in time on what they see as happening and what's really happening at the time on the ground. Obviously, there's trying to control the scene from a politician standpoint instead of from a warfighter standpoint, with us on the ground understanding what is happening and them not doing that from 1,000 miles or 10,000 miles away, whatever that may be.
I know you sustained severe injuries in the fight there. Can you tell us about those injuries and also what life has been like since then? I know it's been a long road to recovery.
There was 6 mortars that landed near me. 3 of them landed as close as 17 feet. They were 81 millimeter mortars. They have a kill radius of approximately 131 feet. The ones that landed on us were French 81 millimeter mortars. The blast went through me, killed Ty and Glenn on the other side of me. I had about 26 holes in me from shrapnel, and I still carry a lot of that with me on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, that's unreal. What a miracle that you survived that. I know you said we need to think and train leaders like warriors. Before War Secretary Pete Hegseth made that change to kind of restore the warrior mentality, what was happening at the top with military leadership?
You know, the top military leadership was more worried about getting promoted and being political than they were about being true warfighters. There's very few generals that are true warfighters that get into the middle of things and understand what that ethos, that persona means. And we need to advance that and encourage that more and more every day.
Yeah, I mean, the list of more guys like you for sure. Tell me about your nonprofit, the Shadow Warriors Project, and how you help other veterans and families deal with the aftermath of war and just to make sure no one's left behind.
You know, it was something that was put on both my wife and my heart after Benghazi is, we can't leave anyone behind. We have to do more for those that are there, that have given so much, that have made the ultimate sacrifice. Shadow Warriors Project focuses on canine therapy and also a program my wife started, which is her Warrior Heart, which is the true heroes for us are the spouses and the children that sit at home and wait for us. And, they struggle from their own sense of PTSD and trauma that they have, not knowing when we're going to come home or if we will. And so it was really something that was put on my wife's heart, Crystal's, and it's probably the biggest part of our program that is being pushed right now, because suicide of veterans and first responder spouses is on the rise.
Well, Mark, I certainly appreciate you joining us this morning. God bless you and your wife, Crystal. It was an honor to talk to you this morning. And again, thank you so much for your service to our country, and best of luck to you both.
Thank you very much, and happy birthday to all my brother Marines out there. God bless and Semper Fi.
Yeah, and God bless you.